Hello, my most beautiful friends in the entire world. You guys are just so freaking amazing. I'm so blessed to have you guys as my beautiful friends here in this life. So for today's video, I'm actually heavily inspired by Angelica Maniquefist to create this video. She did the new makeup release tag video. Actually, she's the one that created it. And I saw her video and then I saw my wonderful friend Rachel do it. And I thought, oh my gosh, I feel like that'd be such a cool idea to sit down and talk about the new makeup releases of the year and give you guys my thoughts on them as well. So I'll make sure that I link the questions down below, but this video was inspired by Angelica Maniquefist, who is the creator of the new makeup release tag. So with that said, guys, grab a snack, grab a little drink, and let's get this started. Okay guys, so question number one. What mainstream release lived up to the hype most this year? So I think there's a few mainstream releases that I feel like lived up to the hype this year. The first one is going to be the Milk Makeup Cooling Jelly Tints. I actually did not receive them in PR. I paid for them myself, and then literally 6 months later they sent them to me in PR. But genuinely, I really fell in love with these. I remember specifically, I was on the cruise. I was on a cruise with Betty Jean and Zane and Corey. And I remember they released and I immediately bought them ASAP because I knew I had to get my hands on them. I literally got up at 5 a.m. to get these. And when they came in, I was so enthralled by them. Okay, they have this nice cooling factor to them. You put them on cheek, you feel like the nice cooling sensation. They do dry down rather quickly, so you have to work rather fast to get them to work. A little bit does go a long way. They're great for a lip stain, but I think for me, the one thing I really wanted to do is I wanted to bite it. I wanted to bite it so badly, and I said that, and Milk Makeup actually reached out to me and was like, "Ooh, please don't eat our makeup," and I was like,
don't tell me what to do.
You know what I mean? But it was actually a lot of fun. I really found the way to get them to work. I know a lot of people did not like them this year. I generally really enjoyed them. I found them to be really easy to use. They left a great pigmentation on the skin, and I really was surprised by them, and I feel like they definitely lived up to the hype. The next one was the Danessa Myricks Water Powder Serum. Now, I have seen everybody talk about this water powder serum if you have oily skin. This is the product to try. I got it and I literally fell in love. It is absolutely amazing. A little bit of it does go a long way. Now, I didn't get the other one, which is like the balm that she had released because that's more for like dry to normal skin. I got the one that's meant for oily skin, and it just really does a great job at helping to lock in your skincare and really help to mattify the face, to make your makeup last all day, and to help to control the oil. And when I got to meet Danessa Myricks back in September when I went to Sephora, I actually told her that I was obsessed with the water powder serum, and I really thanked her for being one of the few brands out there that generally cater to oily skin, because a lot of brands don't. They just don't. And I get why, I guess. Maybe that's not the top seller, but for those that do, my God, thank you. I need it. Thank you so much. And it was just really cool to meet her and to be able to tell her that, but I really felt it definitely lived up to the hype. The next one was the Kosas sunscreen. Now, I saw Michaela Nagori talk about the sunscreen over on TikTok long ago, and she went on a trip with Kosas, I think to like Mexico, to do the sunscreen situation. And I was like, I don't really trust a lot of things that she says, because a lot of things that she likes, I tend to not like. It's also because we have very different preferences and taste in makeup, so it's not really her fault. But I got it. I tried it, and let me tell you, I absolutely fell in love with this. This is my go-to skin tint, essentially. Since I get really oily skin, I don't like to wear, on the days I'm just going to Disney parks, I don't like to wear a lot of makeup, okay? Because I know I'm going to get sweaty, I'm going to get oily. I rather not deal with that completely. So I'll just throw on a simple Kosas sunscreen, because it's a tinted sunscreen. It helps to even out the face, but it gives me such a beautiful bronzy glow. I just do a little bit of mascara and a lip gloss, and I am good to go. I feel really beautiful. I feel very natural. I've literally worn that look to work when I've had to go into my job for work events, or I had to go into my job because I'm at Disney and I stop in to say hi to my coworkers, and they're all like, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful today. Did you just do something different?" I'm like, yeah, I didn't wear any freaking makeup. I wore barely anything, and now you guys are telling me I'm more prettier like this? It makes a girl feel a little self-conscious, because I go in like this. This is usually what I wear to work, very minimalistic, and they were like, "You're prettier without that." I'm just like, I don't think so. You know what I mean? But I really fell in love with the product. I thought it was absolutely great and truly lived up the hype to me. And then lastly, the last product that I really felt lived up to the hype was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Velvet Liquid Lips. Now, you guys know I am a gloss girly. I have always been a gloss girly. I've never really been one to like a lot of matte liquid lips because I feel like they can be very drying. They give me a Sahara Desert butthole lip, and I'm not a fan of them. But I've been seeing everybody on TikTok talk about them, and they sold them like crazy. So when I saw them do like colors that I might gravitate to, like red and brown, I got it. I tried it and I was like, dang, this shit is good. It is good. Now, let me tell you, it is a satin lipstick. So it does dry down to an extent. However, it still transfers. So whenever I eat any food, the center part of my lip does completely dissipate. And then I have to kind of like rub my lips together to get the coverage to go back because like it's still like on my lip, but like shifted around. It's kind of weird. It's really weird. It's like a satin finish. And it feels like creamy velvet. So it doesn't fully dry down, but it has a beautiful coverage to it. And it's very long lasting. And it applies really easily if you put a lip gloss on top. It does a really great job. So it's not fully matte. I feel like that's why I like it because it's super comfortable. It feels like wearing like a chapstick on the lip that just is a little bit thicker with chapstick. But I think their colors are beautiful. The coverage is really beautiful. Maybe less is more. Maybe that's what I need to try is keep figuring out how I can get it to fully dry down. But I think because of the formula, it's never going to fully dry down. And it's going to shift, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. And I can see why so many people out there rave about it, myself included, because I was truly impressed with how gorgeous the formula is. I have 4 of them sitting right here, and honestly, I genuinely want to go buy more shades. Like I do. Question number 2, what indie release lived up to the hype most this year? Well, that's actually going to be quite a few. So I'm not going to really talk about particular palettes, more so the brand. So the first one that comes to mind is Bella Beauté Bar. I have never tried Bella Beauté Bar. I have seen my friends time and time again talk about this brand saying, Allie, you need to try it. Their formula is phenomenal. And I'm just like, oh, I will at some point, but they're just so expensive. But you know what? I ended up getting one in PR because the brand was so sweet, saw my content, and let me tell you, besties, when I tried it, I was so pissed at myself for not trying the brand sooner. Literally, Poison Garden palette was my introduction to the brand this year, and let me tell you, it became my #1 favorite palette of the year. I have used that palette so many different times now. It is a true love of mine. The formula is incredible. The mattes are so pigmented, but they blend so effortlessly, and the shimmers, duochromes, multichromes, chef's kiss. Chef's freaking kiss. It is phenomenal. I love their color schemes. I love the owner. She is so incredibly sweet. She actually lives not far from me. Like, she doesn't live far from me at all. I'm like, bestie, we should meet up at some point. Truly is an amazing brand, and I really had such a wonderful experience working with them. They're so sweet. They're so kind. The next one that lived up to the hype, and honestly, this particular brand has caused some issues for me, but I'm always pride myself in being honest with you guys. But regardless of how I feel about the brand right now, Inslee Rain Cosmetics lived up to the hype. They truly did. I tried them for the first time at the beginning of this year, and then I was blessed to be added to their PR list, and I truly fell in love with their formula. Their formula speaks volumes. It truly does speak volumes. They have fantastic matte formulas, fantastic shimmers and multi-chromes, beautiful color stories, very beautiful aesthetics. I truly fell in love with the brand. I loved everything about it. And while we definitely have differences of opinions right now, and while this brand has definitely caused me to get a lot of hate on my channel and to lose a lot of subscribers, at the end of the day, I still stand by my views and my morals. And regardless if that makes people mad, I am so incredibly sorry. It's just I'm a huge advocate for love and diversity and equality, and that's never going to change. And yeah, so regardless of me and the brand have parted ways at this time, I still will stand by the fact that they really had some fantastic releases this year. Really did live up the hype, and I was really impressed by them this year. Another brand that really kind of took me by another brand that really lived up to the hype is Fantasy Cosmetica. Now, I have been trying them since the moment they launched their first Druid palette, but I feel like as of this year, they've really kind of stepped up their game in terms of their packaging and the quality and their color stories. Like, Harvest of Souls was just breathtaking. It sold out, and for good reason. It's a beautiful color story. I fell in love with it. I could tell they put a lot of time and effort into their artwork, into their packaging, into their formula, into their color stories to tell an actual story. The owner is so incredibly sweet, and I love everything about Fantasy Cosmetica. I said in my best of makeup this past year that this is a brand you guys definitely have to pay attention to, because I definitely think they're going to be the next indie brand, and I still stand by that. The next indie brand is going to be Cosmic Brushes. Again, I tried Cosmic Brushes for the first time time this year, and oh my god, I'm so mad I didn't try them sooner. They make some phenomenal color stories, great formula, and they're so affordable. I love how affordable they are. I just got my Winter Wonderland palette in, and my like Christmas palette they just launched. I just got those 2 palettes in. They just got delivered. I don't get anything from the brand. The brand doesn't even know I exist, and I don't even care because I love that. I love their palettes so much. I cannot wait to get my hands. I cannot wait to play with them and show you guys some looks with them, but I definitely think this brand is one that I definitely want to focus on a lot more in the coming year because they really do make some phenomenal palettes. Another brand that I really think you guys should pay attention to would be Artitude Cosmetics. I love them. The owner's so sweet. She's consistently live on TikTok and she's packing your orders. She's interacting with everybody. She's so thoughtful. She's so transparent. When she had issues with shipping this past month because of like international shipping issues, she was very transparent, trying to work as hard as she can to get the orders out as fast as possible because she does it all herself. She ships from her home, and I just think she's so incredibly sweet. Her formula speaks volumes, her color story speaks volumes, and she's just a beautiful person all around. Definitely check out Artitude Cosmetics. I think they're another it cosmetics. They're another it brand as well. Okay, so question number 3: which release did not live up to the hype? Ooh, okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about are going to be the Patrick Ta eye duos. Now, this like caused so much controversy online because so many people are pissed off that you get 2 shadows for $40, and it caused a lot of stir. No one wanted to buy it when it launched, but the second the Sephora sale started, oh my god, did these sell out like crazy. I myself was not going to buy them until they were on sale. I bought 2 of them, and I have to say, I tried them. The formula is nice. But are they $40 nice? No. Like, I personally do not think they're $40 nice. I recently learned that Patrick Ta has very cheap packaging because I talked about a controversy that they were in where they were not paying their Black content creators. So many Black content creators came forward saying that Patrick Ta has repeatedly not paid them even though their contract stated they deserve to be paid for their work. And there was one that was breaking the packaging, showing how easy it was to break. So when I decluttered some of Patrick Ta stuff, I broke it just to see, and oh my gosh, they're so flimsy. And I'm like, damn, this is like a luxurious brand and this shit's breaking like crazy. I was so surprised. But truly, the eyeshadow duos, they're really beautiful. I could tell they're the type of formula that you only need to kind of tap on your lid. A little goes a long way. You do not need to have more than just one if you have it at all. There's so many other great brands out there that do single shadows as well that offer amazing quality. So for me, I just feel like that did not live up to the hype. Neither did the highlighters. The little highlighter duos. Y'all, I bought 2 of them. Again, I bought 2 of them because I just felt like, oh my god, I have such FOMO. I was trying to get them. And I absolutely love her. I love her content. And I was like, okay, well, she might like them. I should get them. I bought like the baby pink one and like the beige tan one, whatever. And I get their post to make you look like you're wet, like a wet sheen on the face. So it's supposed to be light and like a light little shine. I could not get them to work. Like, I applied it the way he said, where he put the powder on first, topped by the little Vaseline jelly that he has in there. Made me look wet. My hair stuck to it. I did not like it. And then I tried it the other way around. Then it just looked like it was caked on, messy, greasy. It shit my makeup underneath. I did not really know how to apply it. I tried it several times. I looked at different videos, and to me, it was just so hard to work with. Like, it was just so hard, and I shouldn't have to work that hard to get a beautiful highlight on the face. I want something that's already there. I don't want to have to work for it very hard. I don't want to have to work for it, and I feel like I really had to work for it. And for me, it was just not it. It was just not it. It was very disappointing. So was the Patrick Ta foundation. Now, this is like a $65 foundation. And granted, it's my fault because I knew not to get it because it is truly meant for hydration. It is meant for someone who has dry skin. Knowing I have fairly oily skin, I still wanted to give it a go because I can make like the e.l.f. Satin Glow Foundation work for me. I can make it work for me, and that's a glowy foundation. I can get it to work. I thought, okay, I could do the same thing with Patrick Ta. And I bought it. I tried it. And I did not like it. It was just so greasy on the face. It had a hard time kind of fully drying down, and it itched my face like there's no tomorrow. It made me feel very itchy. I just wanted to scratch it off. I did not like it. There's something about it that just doesn't sit well with my skin. I still have it. I never decluttered it because I said, well, shit, I'm going to get a use out of it. It was $65. I forgot to return it. I've gotten better about returning, by the way. And so I just was like, I'm going to make the best of it. So I will wear it if I'm filming. If I know that I'm just doing something like a new makeup release, I'll quickly throw it on so I could take it off afterwards. But, oh yeah, that one did not live up to the hype. It was a waste of money in my opinion. And then lastly, for the one that did not live up to the hype, it was honestly the Huda Beauty Icy Nude Palette. I had such high expectations for this. It looked so beautiful. I remember I actually kind of revealed this before it was revealed because Boots over in the UK actually had it on their website that you could purchase before it was even announced. And I talked about it, and I just felt like it was just one of those situations where it was really hyped because it was her last large palette, and then I got it, and the color story was just so repetitive. The colors look very similar to each other. The shimmers weren't the same quality that I'm used to. The mattes were nice, but I just had a difficult time getting inspiration to create an eye look with that palette. I'm glad I have it because it's the last palette that she has, and the hoarder inside of me is like, I need it. Even though I don't, I need it. So I just felt like I had to get it because of that. And then when I played with it, it just, I don't know. It was very underwhelming. Very underwhelming for her last palette. I wish she would have came out something different. Question number 4. What was the biggest curveball? The biggest curveball of the year probably was when e.l.f. did a collab with Tinder. I thought that was very interesting. Like, unique. Because, like, why? I didn't understand that. You know, granted, no, I can't say that. I have used a dating app. I've tried Plenty of Fish. And, oh my God, what else did I try? Plenty of Fish. Bumble, I think I tried that at one point in my life. And when I saw they're doing a collab with Tinder, I was like, this is just odd. Like, it didn't make sense to me. I thought it was very odd of e.l.f., but I guess, you know, to each their own. And, you know, people go on dates, they want to look beautiful as well. So that kind of threw me off. Same thing when they did a collab with Stanley. Like, I didn't understand when they did the collab with Stanley. Listen, I love Stanley cups. I do. I have like 3 or 4 of them. But now the new obsession that I'm seeing amongst all my friends is the Owella drink. Owella. I don't know. It's this right here. I don't know what it's called, but apparently this is now the new drink, the new cup that everybody has to have. And I'm just like, why? I don't get it. I only, like I said, I wouldn't say I'm a Stanley girly because, like, I only have like 3 or 4. I don't get the hype around them. They're nice, but like, I was fine with my Yeti long ago. You know what I mean? So I didn't really understand when e.l.f. created the cup that had the little lip gloss to it, because I personally don't like walking around carrying stuff in my hands. I am the type of person that I do not walk around with cups in my hands. I can't stand walking around with anything in my hands. Like, if I'm going around Target and say I have my energy drink, this is like the most I'll have, but I'll specifically get a cart so I can put this in the cart because I don't want to walk around with anything in my hands. I don't know, maybe I'm lazy. I don't know. But like, even if you catch me at Disney, unless it's like an alcoholic drink in my hand, you won't catch me walking around with anything in my hand because I'm just like, nah, I don't care to carry water bottles. So to have like a water bottle specifically that has a lip gloss to it, like, it didn't make sense. And you know who's not the only one that did that? ColourPop. ColourPop did that this year as well. They gave a gift to Christmas. They gave a gift to the people on their PR list of a Stanley cup that also had a lip gloss, the lip balm holder to it. Now, I did not receive it in PR at all, but I saw some of my friends get it, and it has a little component for their lip balms. They literally copied e.l.f. and I was like, how hilarious is that? They copied e.l.f. because they want to have their lip balm attached. I know me. I would lose that so fast. That shit would fall out, and I would eventually notice, go, oh my God, where's my lip balm? Wouldn't have no clue, wouldn't the slightest clue that I lost it. It was very weird. So that I thought was a really weird one, like a curveball, was when Rode came out with their phone cases that had the little slot for their lip glosses. I remember specifically talking about my new makeup release video going, who would buy this? Like, who would buy this? People do. I see it at Disney all the time. But not only that, if you go to Target, at least my Target, in the drugstore section, they sell phone cases specifically designed to put lip glosses in them. I'm like, that's the thing. For me, how do you sit down? Like, I put my phone in the back of my pocket. So, like, if you sit down, are you crushing your lip balm? Is it going to burst everywhere in the back of your pocket? Like, how does this work? I want to know. Like, if anyone out there has it, no judgment, I promise. But tell me, how does that functionally work? Because I feel like I sit on my phone, right? Like, I sit on it. So how would I not get, like, the lip gloss to burst? I feel like I would lose it again. Question number 5. What is the biggest letdown / snoozefest of the year? So for me, one of the first biggest letdown, honestly, was the Glamlight collaboration with Coca-Cola. Now, that collaboration, oh my God, y'all, it caused drama. Not necessarily for me, but more so for the brand. You know, Giselle has been very forthcoming about how she was working with a brand, and it was a collab from hell where they were saying that they were not going to do PR to anybody, that they'd have to pay $500 per influencer to get PR, that they couldn't release their collection at a certain time because the brand had to approve it. They had to redo all their photos. They had literally took 2 years to release this, and she said that it was a pure collab from hell, that she couldn't even enjoy the actual launch because of how bad their partnership truly was. And so that already kind of put a sour taste, and I think, into a lot of people's perspective of how the collab went. And then they ended up launching it over on TikTok Shop, and then I bought it and I talked about it, and I guess that was not okay because she got a lot of hate, and I felt so bad because it wasn't her fault. She couldn't talk about the situation because legally she's bound and she can't talk about the situation. So I wanted to rectify and say, hey, I didn't know that it wasn't, I didn't know that it was only supposed to be, I didn't know that it wasn't just a TikTok exclusive launch. It was supposed to come to the website, but things happened. I didn't know, and I took accountability and I apologized. And, by the time I got the collection, I thought the collection was cute, but I just felt like after playing with it and knowing how Glamlight does their formula was just not top tier. The packaging was cute, but kind of underwhelming compared to so many of their other great packagings that they created with other collections. And I just felt that this collection wasn't giving compared to so many of the other collections. So I was super stoked for it. And then by the time I got it, it was just such a letdown by the time I got it. It just wasn't what I wanted, what it wasn't expected. So that was definitely a letdown for me. Another letdown was the ColourPop collaboration with Twilight. Now, I know that makes people so mad sometimes when I say that, because some people out there do love it. And you know what? If you do, that's amazing. For me, I understand that the collab was physically based off the first movie, not the book, the movie. And I get their color scheme. I truly do. But I just felt the color scheme for me was just underwhelming. I felt like they could have created a better color story. They could have created a better overall aesthetics for the collection. I feel like they could have done so much more. I wanted matte liquid lips, not the lip oils that they gave us that don't really show color. I wanted the highlighter to be so much better than what it was. Do a Skin of the Killer, make it bright, vibrant, white, crystallized jewelry that when you put in your face, you step out and it's oh my God, blinding light. I wanted so much more for the collection, and I just felt that it was very underwhelming. The formula just wasn't as wowing. It was kind of dull, it was kind of dull, just not overwhelming, and it just really did not feel like Twilight for me personally. I just wanted more, truly wanted more, and that's the reason why Glamlight is even doing collaboration with Twilight, because they saw it and they were like, what is this? And they decided to do a collaboration with them, and I'm pretty sure they're going to blow ColourPops out of the water, which makes me feel bad because I really do love ColourPop. I think they have great affordable brand, but I just felt like that collection was just so underwhelming to me. And then the last one that was kind of a letdown was more so an experience that I had than the physical product, but it's about Natasha Denona Roxa palette. Now I will flat out state, I think the Roxa palette is gorgeous. I ranked it really high in my palette ranking this past year. Beautiful color story, beautiful formula, overall a great, fantastic product. But I think the thing I'm disappointed about the most was my experience that I had with the brand. I do my new makeup release videos and I report on the news that I see here in the beauty community. And I talked about how Natasha Denona was doing a Roxa palette before it was announced. Everything I talked about was public record. The palette display was just an empty display that just said the name Roxa palette. And then if you type that in, you could see the public trademarks. Okay, public record. You can see the trademark was filed in February of 2024 for the name Roxa. I didn't think anything of it. I talked about it, and literally the brand reached out and threatened to sue me if I didn't take my video down, or at least take out the portion of it. I was so just blown away because I was like, first off, I'm a tiny ass small content creator. I offer no value. I offer no value. I'm a nobody, okay? I'm a nobody in this world. And the fact that they were trying to come after me, I'm like, what? Get my fucking negative $2 in my freaking account? Take it. You know what I mean? If shit, it was that big of a deal, take my negative $2. Go ahead, have it. You wouldn't get shit out of me, but it's just, there's so many other big content creators who are notorious for revealing brands and products and new launches before they've been actually revealed by the brand, and I don't ever see them getting in trouble, but they came after me, and then you guys informed me that I was not the only one, that they've gone after so many different smaller content creators and threatened the same legal actions. I just like there's a different way they could have approached it. They could have flat out said, hey, we really don't appreciate they did this. Do you mind taking it down? We just, like to reveal it ourselves. I had been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Absolutely. But to say that, but to come at me threatening me with legal action, that was just so distasteful. Especially because I didn't reveal anything that wasn't already public record. I just revealed a name, and I made a guess on the color story. That's all I did. But overall, I still bought the palette and I was still open-minded to the review. I really wanted to hate it because of my experience, but I ended up really loving it. I thought it was a fantastic product. So yeah, note to self, clearly Natasha Denona is one of those brands that I guess you can't really speak on something until it's launched. Number 6, what is the unsung hero of 2023? Y'all, I'm going to mention my top 5 favorite products. So for me, the first unsung hero product of the year was the One Size Oil Control Mattifying Primer. Y'all, this is a holy grail. If you have oily skin, this is your absolute best friend. It is your best friend. It is going to control the oil. It is going to make your makeup go on smoothly, and it's going to last you all day. It is so freaking amazing. Now, the only thing that you need to do is when you apply it, leave it alone for 3 minutes. Put it on your face, let it tighten to shrink the pores. It doesn't do shit for the pores, but let it just sit there in the face for 3 minutes, and then you put your foundation on top of it. I'm telling you, this is such a fantastic product. I'm already on my second bottle. I have a third already backed up because this is the only thing I use at this point. I do kind of mix and match if I'm just filming, but when I go to work, oh, it's a holy grail. It's a holy grail for me. Another one was the Haus Labs pH Lip Balm. Now, this is supposed to be a 4-in-1 lip product. So it's supposed to be a lip plumper, a lip balm, a lip gloss, and a lipstick all in one. And I have to say, I was actually really impressed. I had the shade Cocoa and I had the shade Praline. At this point, I'm only down to 1 because I pretty much use them all. They have such a beautiful longevity to them. They don't necessarily plump my lips like they say, but they look really beautiful. You can eat and drink on it. It doesn't really budge from the lip. A little bit the shine dulls, but it still pretty much holds on true. I fell in love with it. I ranked it in my top 20 top beauty this year and what I tried so far this year. Fantastic lip products. I definitely will be buying more. It was phenomenal. I was truly blown away by it. The next one, which I'm sure you guys have seen me talk about nonstop, but it is the iconic London Lit and Luminous Baked Highlighter. Y'all, this is my go-to. I'm literally wearing this right now. This is one of those highlighters that just makes you look lit from within. It gives you a soft, subtle glow. You can build this up if you wish to, or you can kind of leave it lit. You can kind of leave it just the way I have right now. This is so beautiful. It's so universal. I have talked about this nonstop. This became one of my absolute favorite, along with the L'Oreal Infallible highlighter. That one right there is again another amazing highlighter. I feel like a perfect dupe to this. Truly, truly phenomenal. I've talked about you guys. I talked about this since I got it. Literally since I got it. It is so phenomenal. It's one of my absolute favorite highlighters in the entire world, and it's one of the only ones I still kind of use on a daily basis because I can't get enough of it. The next one is going to be the Too Faced Contour Stick. Y'all, this contour stick, man, God, I love it. It smells like Tootsie Rolls, which I'm not a fan of, but it is so beautiful. The way that it literally just melts into the skin, it is so beautiful. I love it so much. It became one of my favorite liquid bronzers. The next one is the Finery Fragrances. This is in the shade. I always do that. I'm so sorry. This is in the Scent Flower Bed. Y'all, I love this so freaking much. This is so incredible. This smells amazing. I don't know what dupe this is supposed to be of, but Finery creates such beautiful fragrances. Literally, I need to stop talking as I spray because it gets in my mouth. But literally, they smell incredible. You guys can find these at Target. I love the way that they just smell. They mix so well with my perfume. I also add it sometimes into my hair to add a little extra fragrance, but this has been my go-to since I got it in PR. I absolutely love this. I keep trying to find this at Target, but they keep being sold out of this particular scent. I'm just like, can we not? I need this one right here. This is incredible, really underrated product. And then the last one is actually one that I had talked to you guys about till I'm blue in the face, and that is the Fenty Beauty Lip Balms. This is in the shade 2 Lip Kiss. Let me tell you, this goes with any sort of lip liner. I'm wearing it right now. I'm wearing the Makeup Forever Anywhere Walnut lip liner, and I'm telling you, this particular peachy shade goes with any lip liner that you put on. It blends beautifully with it. It melts into the lip. It's so comfortable. It's very high shine, has a very nice scent, but no matter what lip liner you wear, this is going to be beautiful with it. I'm telling you, this will go with any lip liner. This is one of the most amazing lip products of the year. I fell in love with this. This is what I wear all the time. My exact lip combo to work. I am obsessed. Question number 7, what is the best holiday release of the year? So I think the best holiday release of the year, if we're talking Christmas wise, will probably be the Gourmand Girls Frozen Kisses palette. I really love that palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It really kind of matches the vibe of my background. The formula was incredible. I got an icy snow vibe feel to it. Very beautiful color story, very beautiful formula, along with the ColourPop Frosty the Snowman collection. Y'all, I fell in love with that collection. I genuinely was so impressed with how well that collection was made, from the palette to the lip products to the lip balms. It was just so incredible. I think ColourPop truly did such a phenomenal job with that particular holiday launch. It became my absolute favorite, my number one favorite palette of my Christmas and winter palettes, and it got ranked, I think, in my top 10 of palettes I tried this past year. I really fell in love with it. I think ColourPop did such a phenomenal job with that collection. Speaking of collections, question number 8 is, what is the best collab 2023? So for me, there's quite a few of them. The first one being the Lethal collaboration with Avatar: The Last Airbender. They did the best job with that. That is how it's done. That is how the Avatar collection is done. 4 palettes, four different elements. They did such a beautiful job capturing the color scheme, the names, the theme, the formula. Like literally, that was probably one of my favorite formulas that Lethal Cosmetic has come out with. I was truly impressed with how beautiful the mattes were, and the shimmers were just beautiful. Really gorgeous collection. They created a really beautiful Oppa makeup bag that I love so much. Very nice and huge. I did add a little bit of extension. They added a fan brush and I believe like a little bit of a highlighter to go with it. I really loved it. It became one of my favorite. Again, they were ranked really high in this year's ranking. Another collab that really took me by surprise was ColourPop's collaboration with Stranger Things. I thought they did such a good job. They truly did such a good job capturing the essence of Hawkins and the Upside Down, to Will Byers and the lights, to, you know, the Hawkins highlighter with like the milk. Like they did such a good job with that collection. I was thoroughly impressed. I feel like this past year, ColourPop has really kind of taken a step back on their launches, and they're not launching something every single week, and they're actually giving more thought into their collections. They're working harder on the packaging, color story, products that they're coming out with. I think they did a really good job, and I really love that one. It's also why I also put the ColourPop collaboration with Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. Loved that collection. I loved it. From the beautiful Pokeball lip balm to the lip balm trio to the eyeshadow palette. Like they did such a good job with the Pokemon collection. I thought it was really beautiful. Actually, a lot of their collections they came out this year that were collabs I thought were really well done, except for the Twilight one. I thought were really well done. Really impressed with that. Another one was the Glam Light collaboration with Trick or Treat and Halloween. I loved both those collections. I actually reviewed both those collections in one video, and I was really surprised at how much I fell in love with them. I think the Halloween palette I loved a bit more than Trick or Treat, but they really did a beautiful job. I feel like they really captured the essence of both movies inside their palettes, their color stories, their formula, and all the products that came with it. They really did such a great job. They went above and beyond when it came to their packaging to really bring that collection to life, and it's why they stand out so much against other makeup companies out there when it comes to collabs, because they really put so much detail into the packaging alone. You truly can't beat it. You truly can't beat the small details they throw in there. And I thought their collabs were absolutely fantastic. And then the last question is, what are your predictions for releases during the next year? Ooh, that's a good one. I feel like I'm not really ever good at predicting what will be the trending thing for the next year. I don't think I'm really good at that. If I had to guess, I would feel like it's going to be the year of the bronzer. I feel like last year they heavily focused on lip oils and blushes. And I feel like they're really going to heavily focus on highlighters this year and bronzers. I feel like that's going to be the focus of 2025 is bronzers and highlighters. I also feel like they're going to start going back to full coverage makeup. Over the last 2 years, we've seen so many companies come out with skin tints, skincare infused makeup products, all about clean girl aesthetic, very light minimalistic makeup. But I think they're starting to notice that people are starting to want to go back to like the 2016 makeup era where everything's full coverage, a matte lip, cut creases, such bold, beautiful colors. I feel like we could start seeing that trend come back, because what do they always say? The pendulum always swings. So right now it's swinging toward the light minimalistic makeup style, and now I think it's going to start to slowly swing back into the full coverage. I mean, like ABH, launched their full coverage matte lipstick, you know what I mean? Like they launched this. I think, we're gonna start seeing some more full coverage foundations coming out, some more full coverage concealers coming out, some more colorful eyeshadow palettes coming out. Cut creases, I think, are gonna make a trend again back here on YouTube or the beauty space, I hope. And I just think you're gonna start to see more full coverage makeup. I feel like people are really kind of gearing back towards that and they're asking for it. So I think we're gonna see that. And then lastly, I think we're gonna see the rise of more brands coming out with fragrances. I think You know, in 2024, we saw that fragrances became the it thing. If you reviewed fragrance on your channel, you got so many different views. Even over on TikTok, you got so many different views. I feel like fragrance is kind of the it thing right now. And I can definitely see brands wanting to jump on the bandwagon to create more perfumes or create extensions of their makeup brand and branch off into body care and skincare. Like, you know, Glamlight, for example, they came out with body butter this year. I won't be surprised if they start to roll out perfume next year. I genuinely would not be surprised. I feel like I can see that happening for them. I feel like I could see a lot of bigger brands coming out with perfume. I feel like that's just becoming the new thing, is perfume. And for good reason. I mean, perfume's fantastic. It's just right now it's a big moneymaker for the industry. And I feel like brands are going to see that and they're going to want to branch off and go grab that while they can. So I think that's kind of my predictions. I could be completely off base. I could be so wrong with everything I'm saying. But it would just be so nice to see a change and not see skincare infused makeup products for the third year in a row. I'd like to see them really kind of step back from that this year. So with that said, guys, that is my take on the new makeup release tag. Like I said, I'll leave the questions down below. If you guys want to do this, please tag me. Go make sure you guys tag Angelica. She's the creator of it. I want to see your guys' thoughts. What are your predictions this year? What are your thoughts to all 8 questions? Let me know in the comments below. But with that said, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page numbers you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.